Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another proRevenge Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then hit that subscribe button and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers. In our first story, an unscrupulous landlord has a scam where he never pays back his tenants' deposits. Well, this time it is gonna cost him a lot more. Let's jump right in. Back in 2018, I had a temporary internship in California at a large tech company, so I took a recommendation from a friend about a room for rent. It would be living with 5 other people, but otherwise, it looked fantastic with spacious common areas, multiple huge TVs, full amenities, community rec center with pool, a short drive time to multiple places of interest, all for $650 per month, utilities included. I contacted the landlord, whom I will refer to as Crappy Landlord. He seemed fine on the phone, so I sent him my security deposit to move in a month later. When it came time to move in, I discovered a few caveats that came with this low rent price. The common areas were all dusty. None of the 3 large TVs worked properly. If we wanted access to the rec center and pool, we'd need to pay the $80 a month membership fee, and all of the short drive times estimates were exaggerated, unless you were speeding at 2 times the speed limit. Whatever, it's not the end of the world, especially at the relatively low price. I'll survive. But then in the coming months, it got worse. Crappy Landlord decided to charge us an extra $20 per month for paper towels and public cleaning supplies. Crappy Landlord only checked the community mailbox once a week when he was in town and refused to trust anybody with the mailbox key. As it starts to roll into the summer, in June, Crappy Landlord decided that air conditioning cost too much and we were using too much, so he removed the thermostat from the wall. Okay. One day, some of us tenants confronted him when he was at the house. Since Crappy Landlord also slept at the house about 1 day per week, and I'll never forget his words as he rushed out of the house. "It's legal for me to do it and I don't care since I don't have to live here." Well, sir, flip you. I'm tilted as flip at this guy's obvious money grab from 6 tenants. Well, it turns out he's right. He legally doesn't need to provide air conditioning. So the next day, I purchase a high BTU freestanding portable air conditioner that exhausts out the window. Holy smoke, this thing was luxury. Of course, I pumped my room to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, the lowest setting. We have a couple other minor disagreements that wind up with Crappy Landlord texting me that it's fine if I wanted to break my lease and move out early. Perfect. When Crappy Landlord finally gets a whiff of my air conditioning setup, he comes to my room to complain about my air conditioning unit. I reply curtly, "It's legal for me to do it and I don't care since I don't have to pay for electricity." He leaves and later sends me a text. Yeah, okay. Unbeknownst to Crappy Landlord, I'm taking his move-out offer seriously, and this whole time I've been rallying the troops. All the tenants have been upset about everyone's living situation, so with some minor encouragement, I managed to convince 2 of the other 6 tenants to move out at the same time as me. They were on a month-to-month arrangement. I finally submit all our notices of intent to vacate at the same time, barely a week after my previous conversation with Crappy Landlord. He is pissed. He was just trying to get me out of the house, but now he has 3 rooms to fill instead of just 1. I ask about my legally mandated pre-move-out inspection. In no uncertain terms, he told me to go flip myself. He said he's too busy to perform an inspection. Well, that's illegal, but okay. Time comes to move out. I found another room for rent much closer to the office for only $100 more per month. We all moved out, and I text Crappy Landlord about my security deposit. No response. I text again. No response. Okay, I see where this is going. I spent days and days reading the law, compiling evidence and screenshots, and listing the laws that were broken. The smoking gun was the statute that requires a pre-move-out inspection and a list of things to fix, and itemized list of deductions within 21 days, or else crappy landlord loses the right to withhold any of my deposit. In addition, he would be subject to triple damages if he's found to be acting in bad faith. I texted again and again. I give him plenty of leniency and I even cite the laws so I can prove in court that I'm acting in good faith, and crappy landlord intentionally ignored the laws that I made him aware of. Crappy landlord probably thinks I'm a young pushover college student who won't follow through with legal threats. Well, sir, we're going to court because I'm petty as flip when it comes to people trying to flip me over. I file in small claims for $650 plus triple damages, plus court costs. Crappy landlord files a counterclaim of $2,000 for damages to the property, claiming I caused flooding and I broke the microwave. Okay, buddy. In response, I gather testimonies from 3 of the other tenants and I build my case into a 40-page packet of evidence, complete with page numbers, a table of contents, and descriptions for every screenshot and photo. I make 3 copies of everything and submit it to the court and the defendant, crappy landlord. The court date is set for November, and I leave the state just before Christmas, so just in time to appear in person since my internship ends and I fly home in December. He starts filing to request to postpone the trial. He cites a doctor's appointment and the motion is granted. Court date is rescheduled for a month later, in December, but still before I fly home. The new court date approaches and he files another request to postpone, citing another doctor's appointment. Somehow that motion is granted as well and we're rescheduled yet again to January. Darn. January rolls around and surprise, surprise, guess who's got another doctor's appointment conveniently on the same exact day of the trial? Denied. The court finally got sick of his BS and denied the motion because he can't prove he scheduled the doctor's appointment prior to the court date being moved. Welp, I'm not in California anymore. I'm across the country on the East Coast. Crappy landlord thinks that if I'm no longer in the state, he'll automatically win since I'm not willing to fly back to California. Well, unbeknownst to crappy landlord, California courts offer an option to appear by telephone. Haha. The court date comes and I get the call. I'm sworn in and then connected to the court. I'm given time to present my case. Unfortunately, I didn't prepare a script, so I kinda summarized the events and explained why I deserve money. Then crappy landlord gets time to defend himself and explains his counterclaim. He doesn't prepare anything either, and he ends up rambling about random stuff that doesn't help his case at all. For example, he spends a lot of time explaining how another one of the tenants was crappy and so his behavior was justified. He doesn't even have a sliver of evidence for his counterclaim when the judge asks for it. The judge asks a few more questions and announces that he'll review the evidence and will get the decision in the mail. A couple weeks later, I get the judgment saying I'm owed $650. Crappy landlord gets nothing. Well, damn, no triple damages for me. However, it's just my luck that crappy landlord is a piece of crap that won't accept defeat. He files an appeal for who knows what. It's granted. Redo trial is scheduled for May. This time, I'm 10 times more prepared. Once again, I'm sworn in and then they connect me to the courtroom speaker. This time, I have a hashed out script that I read, making sure to emphasize how often I informed crappy landlord of the law, how often crappy landlord knowingly broke the law, and how I offered so much leniency and so many opportunities to do the right thing. Once again, crappy landlord doesn't prepare anything, but instead rambles on so much that even the judge tells him to get back on track multiple times. Crappy landlord claims I caused water damage and had to replace all the carpets. The judge asks for an invoice or receipt. He has none. Crappy landlord claims I broke the microwave, so the judge reads him the 3 witness statements that all state I didn't break the microwave. Crappy landlord says they're all lying. He still has no evidence whatsoever. At this point, the judge clearly sounds done with his crap and says we'll get his decision in the mail and the call ends. A couple weeks later, I get the judgment. I'm owed $1,800 and crappy landlord still gets nothing. Well, damn, would you look at that? His appeal did not quite work out for him. He goes from owing $650 to owing me $1,800. Being the craphead that he is, he files for a mistrial, claiming I was not sworn in and that I lied in my testimony. Denied. Outside of court, crappy landlord offers a payment plan of $20 per month, which will take 7.5 years to pay back, or otherwise he refuses to pay up. Okay, I see how collecting my money is going to be. I figure out he banks at Bank of America by looking up the checks I gave him for rent and seeing where they got cashed. I file for a writ of execution that will allow me to perform a bank levy. It's granted, so I prepare a packet for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to go to Bank of America and take his money. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department serves him with papers and orders Bank of America to freeze his account. After his allotted time, 30 days to contest the seizure, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department seizes his money plus 10% interest plus sheriff's fees. I finally get the glorious check in the mail 20 months after moving out. I'll probably frame it after scanning it to deposit in my bank account. The total, $1,893.91. This is John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.